What did you decide?
Decide us. You and Strong. You good fighter. Good as super mutant. Fight beside Strong many times. You good leader. Better than Fist. Strong follow you always. You now Strong's leader.
Wait.
Ouch. Go ahead. Doug, you're not making it any better.
Lovely conversation on Twitter with Alyssa Milano that I'd like to share with you now. It all started when someone pointed out to me that she was tweeting out nonsense and thought that I should correct it. So I went to her page and immediately found this. To those that tell me not to tweet politics because I'm an uninformed celebrity are the same people that voted for an uninformed celebrity. So I did my due diligence and responded with this correction. Trump was an international businessman for decades before ever hosting The Apprentice. Hence, those who told you not to tweet. Alyssa responded, he was a celebrity for decades before he hosted a reality show. Hence how he got The Apprentice. Nice try, though. Be well, and God bless. I responded, he was famous because of his international business dealings. Not really a celebrity in the sense that actors are for playing make-believe. She replied, look up the word celebrity, buddy! I answered, generally a celebrity is a film or television star who play make-believe. Not really accurate to call a businessman a celebrity in the same sense. I continued, by calling Trump just a celebrity, you're implying that he's just another one of you Hollywood types who plays make-believe. He is a businessman. She responded, you're a Trump supporter. Totally understand you defending your celebrity guy. Again, you calling him a celebrity just indicates that he's a Hollywood star, completely negating that he's a businessman, not some actor or musician. I continued, while you and other celebrities were playing make-believe, Trump was doing international business deals, budgeting, working with payroll, etc. And then I realized I'm just wasting my time talking to a brick wall, so I said, for your own sake, just stop tweeting about politics, because you're only looking more clueless every time you post. She responds, thanks for the advice. Be well, and God bless you and yours. The hell is this, a Christmas card? You're welcome. Don't feel too bad for posting false information. Mainstream media has been deceiving and duping people for a long time. That was pretty much it. Nothing too entertaining. I did attack her acting, which I do apologize for, because I've never seen her movies. Actually, come to think of it, I can't even name one. Going through her Twitter feed, it's just filled with insanity about Trump and the Russians and how terrible it is that he's our president. So, Alyssa, please take some advice from Gene Simmons from KISS.
I think celebrities should basically shut their pop hole and do what they do best. Act, sing, tap dance, juggle balls, and do all that kind of stuff.
So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. Maybe the environment is a little tricky.
What does it mean to wear the purple and gold? For some, it's the dawn of a new era. For some, the purple and gold runs deep. The jersey is history. A Lakers jersey is Hollywood. It's a unique combination of classic and fresh, global and local, legendary and modern. A new look, a new partner, a new era of Lakers basketball.
There's going to be some foul language in this video in a few seconds. Just a heads up, take a look at Skeletor pathetically dodging a simple question from the Counterfeit News Network's Jake Tapeworm about a fellow congressman making Kellyanne Conway blowjob jokes after she was photographed kneeling on a sofa in the Oval Office after she was taking a photograph of President Trump and a bunch of African-American guests that he was visiting with.
We were asking about this crude joke that was told this week by a member of your caucus, Democratic Congressman Cedric Richmond, at the Washington Press Club Foundation annual dinner at the expense of White House counselor Kellyanne Conway. Take a listen.
And you can just explain to me that circumstance, because you really look kind of familiar in that position there.
Leader Pelosi, the joke was sexist. It was disgusting. Shouldn't the congressman apologize to Kellyanne Conway? And honestly, where is the Democratic Party expressing outrage?
But the fact is, I'm still in a sort of a state of what is going on here. That the person who occupies the White House is the person who was on that Hollywood video that said the crude things he said about women.
Wait a minute, we're not talking about President Trump's locker room talk in a private conversation that he was having with a fellow man that took place 10 years ago. We're talking about this congressman making blowjob jokes about Kellyanne Conway.
You all are criticizing Cedric for something he said in the course of the evening, and he maybe should be criticized for that. I just don't know the particulars.
Just don't know the particulars. He showed you the tape, you lunatic. Now watch her pivot once again. Instead of admitting that this congressman probably shouldn't be making blowjob jokes at a press correspondence dinner about Kellyanne Conway, to once again blaming President Trump and his locker room talk.
You all are criticizing Cedric for something he said in the course of the evening, and he maybe should be criticized for that. I just don't know the particulars. But I do every day marvel at the fact that somebody who said the gross and crude things that President Trump said, he wouldn't even be allowed in the frat house, and he's in the White House.
I'm sorry, Donald Trump's locker room talk wouldn't be allowed in a frat house? Worst things are said about women every morning in a frat house before the coffee's even done brewing, you old bag. Now just watch, even Jake Tapeworm, who I have zero respect for, isn't even going to let her get away with dodging a question so pathetically.
But I do every day marvel at the fact that somebody who said the gross and crude things that President Trump said, he wouldn't even be allowed in the frat house, and he's in the White House.
Well, I think we've covered the...
Look at her smiling because you remember her pre-planned talking points. Yay, I remember that neat line that we drew up about the White House and the frat house.
I think we've covered the Access Hollywood tape quite a bit, but I guess the question is...
Okay, just a second. What do you want, baby? Now you like used to watch this show all the time? Big Brother. Jonathan used to love this show. What do you get for sure? New bunny? Honey bunny bear.
Stop, I'm trying to tell you.
So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by clicking on the PayPal link in the description box. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Also, leave us a thumbs up. It helps us get more views.
And legal analyst. You can find him on YouTube, Lionel Nation, also on the web at lionelmedia.com and Twitter at Lionel Media. So joining us now is Lionel. Welcome, Lionel.
Thank you, sir. Best intro ever. Completely comprehensive. You get everything down. You're simply unbelievable, I think, as someone once said.
Well, thank you. Let's talk a little bit about the secret society. I mean, this sounds like, do they have a handshake? Is that what we're going to find out in the memo, what the handshake is for the secret society?
But wait a minute. That's conspiratorial.
Yeah.
That's a conspiracy theory. I don't understand it. You know, David, let's go back and look at a time when we used to discuss this guy named J. Edgar Hoover. What did Hoover do? Well, Hoover did, you know, COINTELPRO and others, but basically it was Hoover. Hoover was the bad guy. It was Hoover. And he did his stuff. And then FBI got a bad name, and then CIA got a bad name, remember the Church Commission, and then NSA got a bad name. But David, what we're seeing right now, and we must mention this prefatory statement, that the brave men and women, the real frontline agents, the ones who work on bank robberies and who work on federal offenses, they're not a part of this. They're disgusted by this because, yet again, they're being just besmirched by virtue of this horror. But we're seeing DOJ and FBI corruption at levels that make Hoover look like Barney Fife. I mean, this is beyond anything. And Trump, that magnificent genius, I guess, came along and said, I'm going to drain the swamp. And, okay. And even Chuck Schumer said, well, I'll tell you what, Trump, you better be careful. You know, you don't want to mess around with those people. And it's imploding, voiced by their own petard. Self-immolation. And Trump sitting back and said, what else you got for me? And then Gowdy and Nunes and this and this. And it's like they're sitting back and they don't know what to do. Now, question for you, David. Here's my question.
Trump.
Do we demand a new Mueller? Not a new Mueller, but a new special general super duper double secret probation prosecutor? Or do we say, no, Inspector Clouseau, continue. We insist. What do we do?
Well, I think first we demand that we have a special prosecutor law, which we haven't had since 1999. They let it expire, and so we don't have a procedure of rules. So you put this guy in. They let that expire because they knew that they had created a situation where a guy could go in and do an inquisition, a witch hunt, whatever you wish, investigating the man instead of a crime. And that's exactly what we have, except they said that under the special prosecutor law. So now you've got an inquisitor who doesn't even have broad brush rules involved here. I mean, it was going to be the sort of situation where you have to go to the attorney general. The attorney general will say, okay, yeah, I see that there's a crime, and we don't think that we can handle this internally, so we're going to appoint a special prosecutor. So he appoints a 3-judge panel, and they appoint a special prosecutor, and then he has to send periodic reports to them, and then they make them public and so forth. None of that is happening with these guys.
Why is it so complicated? I mean, look, if somebody says, you know, normally it works like this. Target prosecution, we don't do. Somebody suspects, they say, hey, I think David Knight's involved in some kind of thing. Let's investigate. We have probable cause. Okay, convene a grand jury, or there's already one there. Let's look at it, see what we've got. As opposed to, let's follow David Knight. About what? You know, and stuff. And then but yet, and I don't know, has anybody checked milk cartons for Jeff Sessions? Is he going to be pulling a Wilbur Ross pretty soon, drooling on his tie and sitting there? You know, I mean, what is this all about? What is he doing? But in the meantime, you're just when you think Mueller must be thinking, what's going on here? Comey, you son of a gun! It'd be you, and then Hillary, and now the memo. And I love this. Release the memo. Well, I don't know who it was, but somebody said, at your service, and I'm reading that memo. There it is. I mean, the idea, thank God, they're release what? We'll get it to you. Don't worry about that. We'll let you know.
Yeah,
Read
what's
it for
stopping them?
yourself. Well,
why don't they release the memo? It's like memo to self. Release the memo. I mean, right. These guys do it. Dianne Feinstein's leaking stuff all the time. They could stand up there and they could read it on the House floor. The president could declassify anything that's in there. Of course, other people said there's nothing classified in there. Just release it.
Well, what is it that I'm reading? What's this 99-page snoozer I'm reading here? What is this all about? I mean, here it is. It's like as soon as you want something, you say, we'll get it. Hassan, you get it to us. You want wolf stew? We'll get it for you. Whatever you want. We'll get this thing for you. So we gotta do this kabuki dance. I'm asking for this. But here's the best part. In addition to that, you think somebody would go into the hallowed halls of the deep state and say, enough with the Russia talk. I don't want to hear Russia ever again. That's how this started. You hear that, Hillary? This started with you. So now, Zuckerberg, and by the way, if he runs Facebook, I'm Eleanor Roosevelt. I'm a center for the NBA, okay? If T-shirt boy is running Facebook, show us how to write a code, Zuckerberg. Anything. Show us it. How about the two guys from Google, Larry and Sergey? Remember they said, let them do something. Okay, what do you want to do? Google Glass? Nice try, my friend. Shinola went over a lot bigger than this. So you've got these Potemkin village humans pretending to be something. But the bottom line is now they're sending letters to Twitter and Facebook. They're doing the Russia thing again. They're doing it again. They don't. Twitter.
They got this deplorabot thing going out there. You know, it's Russian bots, and it's actually Lionel Daily Beast actually contacted Twitter, and Twitter said, no, it's actually real people. And they shut down Adam Schiff's phone line saying, we're not bots, we're real people. But I guess they're deplorabots.
I remember the old, what was that animal? I'm not an animal. I'm a man, elephant man. I'm not a bot. You know that I'm doing this terrible imitation here, but they're still doing this, and yet Twitter is. I got this email. Thank you, Twitter. Dear Lionel, what? We know what you've been doing. We know you've been going after reading that Russia stuff. We just want you to know everything's okay. Now, speaking of J. Edgar Hoover, for all the youngsters, and by the way, it's been too long since we made any kind of reference to a 60s social arcane reference that nobody understands, so we're really slipping on this one. But during the days of J. Edgar Hoover, what he would do is he would go to Congressman night and say, by the way, Congressman, Senator, I want you to know something. Close that door, Jimmy. Listen, we got the information about you and the underage kid and the woman nude walking around with the eye jacket and the pants made screaming hallelujah, hallelujah. We got the video. Don't worry. Nothing will happen to that. You what? Yeah, don't worry. Thankfully, we got a hold of it. You know about that? Yeah. Now, about my FBI budget. What budget? Here! So exactly. That's what Twitter did. Twitter said, we know what you did last summer. Twitter, we know you're reading those bots. Don't worry. Nothing wrong with your account.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to break in real quick for an Operation Hal Info Warrior. Many of these thousands of Operation Hal subscribers are passionate people. You can tell because of the comments that you leave in the comment box. But America needs more than just passionate comments from anonymous subscribers. America needs info warriors who are willing to spread information. Believe it or not, as patriots, we are going to win the enemy. We are on the march and the enemy is on the run. They never anticipated this explosion of social media. The bad guys who are behind the scenes attempting to destroy our republic, they didn't realize that platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook would give voice to those of us who haven't been fooled by fake news, Project Mockingbird, CIA ran media. Patriots like you and me now have a level playing field to take part in the war for the soul of our nation. And the good news is, we don't even have to use guns. We can simply use our home computers and laptops, just like I'm doing right now. In fact, the Operation Hell YouTube channel has reached over 73,000 unique individuals just this month. So if you want to get off the sideline and onto that playing field, we at Operation Hell want to help. We have helped over 18,000 individuals just like you learn how to create and distribute content online. It doesn't matter if you're a novice with computers or a pro. Operation Hell is willing to train you for free in our simple techniques that will allow you to have a voice in our nation. So if you're interested in our free online training, you can email me, Mackenzie, at operationhell@gmail.com. Send me a brief description of why you want to join me. And make sure you put in the subject line, I want to be an info warrior. As soon as we get your email, we will contact you back with further instructions. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Hey.
You fail. You have to almost fail so many times. That's how you learn. You know what you did wrong, and then you do it again, and you do it again, and again.
When I first saw Ali's attempt at the Leon staircase, I didn't think it was possible.
And there it was, this huge staircase, 25 stairs. They kept it. Half of the people that were with were like, no, you're stupid. This is not possible.
He failed, got injured, but it planted a seed. That was the biggest leap of faith for me.
And I remember looking at it and thinking, wow, this is going to feel like flying.
They work together without realizing it. If Ali didn't try that, it still wouldn't be done. I would not have done it. But he opened the door. Sharing the idea that we are creating something to launch
So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by clicking on the PayPal link in the description box. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Also, leave us a thumbs up. It helps us get more views.
Meanwhile, and Dr. Evil has been triggered. Yes, George Soros had to put in his 2 cents in a reaction to the president's triumphant star turn at Davos, saying, quote, Trump stands for a form of government that is a dictatorship or mafioso state. He would be a dictator if he could get away with it. Then the agent Nazi collaborator said, Trump will do more to make China look respectable in the eyes of an international community than China could ever have done on their own. And then finally, this career criminal said, long-term investors don't like uncertainty. I don't think the markets will do very well under Trump. Take a look at the Dow today, Mr. Soros. Why hasn't this guy been detained? I really don't understand it. When you fight against people who advocate the violent assassination of the president, that's abetting a federal crime. I really don't understand why George Soros continues to walk the streets.
And yes, we could take that a step further, Roger, and be more explicit about it. I mean, Soros' Open Society Foundation funds domestic terrorists. Plain and simple. No, there is no other way to put it. The people who smashed up Berkeley in February when I tried to give a speech about cultural appropriation of all the innocent, pointless, people that academics, what about or whatever. It was a piece about a silly bit of left-wing social justice posturing, cultural appropriation. It was not a speech even about immigration or the economy. It was about cultural issues. And they smashed up Berkeley anyway, paid for by, ultimately, George Soros' Open Society Foundation. This is not just anything for the violent overthrow of government, for the assassination of the president. He directly pays for domestic terrorism. This is what this guy does. And for him to pontificate and lecture the rest of us about dictatorship and autocracy or threats to society. Threats to society is well, my people have a word for it, and it's chutzpah.
Well, I think that right now what you're seeing is an absolute panic. That's why you have Adam Schiff sending out a congressional letter to Facebook and Twitter saying, shut down anyone that has hashtag release the memo. It's a Russian bot. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously insane. You had that picture, guys. Pull that picture back up where George Soros is giving this speech trying to demonize Donald Trump. Nobody's even looking. Look at this. Nobody gives a hoot about George Soros. You know, the only power this guy has is his bank account and the ability to get brainwashed zombies out on the street pretending to be some sort of revolutionaries when they're nothing more than puppets of George Soros. So I think, Roger, really, you already got some deep state in the United States panic with Peter Strzok and Hillary Clinton. And then you get, Adam Schiff with his thing. I think Soros is on the same page now where he's starting to realize that the fire is approaching his butt. And he's doing everything he can to stop Trump. And then you realize when you give this speech, no one's listening to me. I can't do anything about it.
Well, that's worse, isn't it, than, having the worst imaginable outcome, the worst war of this planet, which is that they no longer are, it's not about controlling the narrative so much. They're no longer dictating the future. They're no longer able to predict it either, because they did everything possible and believed they were going to succeed in sabotaging the Trump ascendance. They didn't manage to pull it off, despite everything they tried. Short of actually shooting people before they voted Republican in the streets, they did everything else they possibly could to prevent the guy from being president. What it means is that if you want a guide to how the future might look, if you want somebody who's able to chart a course ahead and tell you what the world might be like in 10 years, people aren't looking to Soros or the Clintons anymore. They're looking to Donald Trump.
And I think
Owen just made an excellent point. Something really smells like Schiff here. I mean, it reeks of Schiff. This guy is the worst Democrat I've seen in 40 years in America. Who can forget when he went on TV with Tucker Carlson, looked right into the camera and said, as a member of the Intelligence Committee, I've seen evidence of Russian collusion to affect the outcome of the 2016 election. No, you haven't, Adam. That's a bald-faced lie.
No, with Soros, when law firms sue us, it's Soros funding. When Media Matters comes after us and makes stuff up, it's Soros.
Around here, you'll find a symphony unlike any other. But then again, so are the instruments. Newfoundland and Labrador.
It's like a jack-in-the-box. He was trying to kill my grandfathers in World War II, down the ground, rounding up thousands of Jews and stealing their money to pay for the munitions industry. I mean, I almost don't exist because of people like Soros, and then my grandfather's great men are dead, and this demon's still running around. And the ADL he funds calls me a Nazi. And CNN says he never said he worked for the Nazis. He said he was proud of it. But I'm going to stop right there. You talk about censorship, how Hollywood wouldn't put out an award-winning film by an Oscar-nominated lady that exposed the whole Vatican thing with her first documentary on sex crimes. But now it's been put out for free. We were just covering it, Open Secrets, on Infowars.com. But the next move is to go after us. What do you think? When Soros gave $1 billion of his stolen money, most of it's stolen, they admit that from currency speculation, insider trading, to overthrow Ukraine a few years ago, he bragged about it. He matched basically the State Department money. Now he's put $18 billion in to overthrow the U.S. But Hillary had almost $3 billion. It couldn't beat Trump. Once we're aware of him, it's game over. But Leanne wanted to get into this, and I wanted to have her on about it. This is out of the Washington Examiner, FEC, Federal Election Commission. She called for me to be arrested a few months ago, and Drudge, who tried to muzzle Drudge, now on payroll, Soros' payroll. The former chairwoman of the Federal Election Commission, who famously eyed regulating the like Drudge Report, she mentioned Drudge and me specifically, had joined an advocacy group funded by Soros and run by his son. So he was in the WikiLeaks saying, we want to have the UN take over the internet, we want to muzzle the Tea Party and the nationalists and Alex Jones. So they want to muzzle us, so we don't show you the Aleister Crowley rituals and the pedophile garbage and all of it. So when you understand that spreading our links, spreading our articles, praying for us, financially supporting us is key. It's absolutely key. We are the tip of the spear. I'm so deep into this, I'm not complaining like, I'm the tip of the spear, please support us. I'm Mach 500 hair on fire. I'm going in like a precision-guided munition against the globalists. But when you pray for us, fund us, and spread the articles, our payload gets bigger and bigger as we go in for main impact. Everything we've done so far is punching a hole for their defenses. Now we got the all-seeing eye. Targeted, we're ready to go. We don't intend to probably make it out of this. At least I don't. I don't want to, but I'm ready to go. I'm fully committed. I don't want to die, but I'm committed. Kamikaze, baby. I'm going in, through, and beyond. And I'm just trusting in God. And I'm not even asking God to protect me. Just whatever God's will is, just do it. I want to fight these people because my soul is against the enemy, not because I'm a hero. When you realize you're facing satanic, child kidnapping, pedophile armies who literally want to enslave humanity, you realize there's nothing left but to resist. And as we begin to resist, we see the tide begin to turn. We have the power. Leanne McAdoo, great to have you here with us. You wanted to get into this. It's just sensational how Soros is literally like the devil.
Stop.
Every time we turn over a rock, it's him behind it. This man who said in the 90s that he believed he was Christ, that he believed he was the messianic world leader. He isn't what he thought he'd be, but let me tell you, he's as close to the devil as I've ever seen. Go ahead.
Well, think about it. I mean, we all can take one look at him and see he doesn't have much longer, but he's got his son now running his advocacy group. So it's not as if everything that he's built up, this empire, all the little chess pieces that he's positioned on the board, it's not as if those are going to be wiped away when he is dead and gone. His son's following.
Why are you getting all beautiful?
And they've got this advocacy group, New America, where they are propping up the change makers, who of course are the people who are going to go and change the United States into a more progressive, socialist country. And so this woman, Ann Rebel, she's the former Democratic chair of the FEC. She's been very outspoken calling for internet regulation, specifically targeting
Were you grumpy today too?
War word. They're really now they're even coming after Facebook, who was on their team, but apparently they weren't able to regularly.
Serena's sleeping in the bedroom.
Mean you no harm. Gather the bravest among you. I need your help. Thank you. Oh no. Wait. Here it is. The inner gems. I can smell your rotten scent, Keeper. There's his ship. Where are the better gems? They gotta be here somewhere. I will find them. Keeper. You finally met your fate. And just to be sure you're destroyed once and for all. Wait. The inner gems. Yes. At long last, Master Sledge will become invincible. We're stuck on this rock thanks to you, Keeper. What did you do with the inner gems? You'll never find them. Wrong answer. What? Impossible. Sledge's asteroids. They're falling. I have to get out of here.
The world was teeming with life, but asteroids hit the planet and the dinosaurs went extinct. That was 65 million years ago. Now, just follow me over here. As you can see, which is the light.
Those are volcanic caves. That's not far. Probably worth a look. Excuse me. Do you work here? Sure do, eh? I'm looking for this cave. My dad did some exploring here 10 years ago. Let's see. Oh, septic caves. That fossil was found there. It's about 15 miles north of the city. Awesome. Thanks. No worries. Hey. That's on. Ouch. Here's your order.
say, helping is always the right thing to do.
You look a lot like him. I hope I get to meet your dad someday.
I smell energems. I'll shut you up for good. Still. What? Who are you? Don't touch my dog! Get off me! How dare you challenge me, human? Take this! The green energem! Out of my way! That's my energem! What? Impossible. Enough playing around! I'm not playing. You'll pay for that! What is this thing? Dinosaurs. Come on, Rubik! Get back here! He's going to a dinosaur museum? So, you really said it could go, huh?
That's for the summer.
Sure hope this thing makes it. I checked the tires, engine oil. Found the old manual. Just in case you need it.
Big Dro, I'll be fine.
I miss you too, Rubik.
Yeah. I miss you too. I love you, Mom. And I'll miss those pig bins. Love you, bro. gotta stick to the old owner's manual, and I should be good to go, you know?
If I grew up on a ranch, I'd never leave.
How great is that? Cowboys, roundups. Yeah, more like fixing fences and making pig pens. But, hey, something's up.
Please! Deliver me, Jack, please!
Mom's coming over in like an hour or two to help.
Do you need the most trusted battery for your son's favorite toy? Maybe not. Maybe you could trust he'd find other ways to occupy his time. Maybe you could trust.
Really hope it won't stink down there, but oh well.
Maybe you could trust he'd stay away from the toaster.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Mom?
Oh no. Or you could just trust Duracell.
It's about 2 million people who currently have no right to be here. That's a lot of people. For perspective, 13 U.S. states have populations smaller than that. Barack Obama never enacted an amnesty that big.
Maybe stop them, that'd be
How many
great.
of those beneficiaries are white? Now keep in mind, that would be the central question in any plan crafted by white supremacists, obviously. Well, let's see. Almost none of them. 2 million more non-white people in this country. That's more than the total population of Delaware or Nebraska. Doesn't sound much like a legislative burning cross.
More. The proposal would also continue the current system of chain migration until the backlog of applicants has been exhausted. That would take years and years. What countries will be the top beneficiaries of this new arrangement under the Trump plan? Well, if you guessed Finland, Norway, the Swedish national sauna team, nope, guess again. No European countries are on that list, not one. Instead, the plan would admit nearly 1 million more immigrants from Mexico and hundreds of thousands more from India. Also Vietnam, Bangladesh, the Dominican Republic, and China, the Philippines too. The plan would even bring in more than 50,000 additional immigrants from Haiti, the country the president supposedly hates. Surprised? You shouldn't be. No matter what the race baiters on television are telling you, no majority white countries send large numbers of immigrants to the United States and haven't in 50 years. That would not change under this proposal. A white nationalist plot? In the history of dumb and dishonest Washington talking points, that may be the dumbest and most dishonest of all. And it's poisonous, too. It makes people hate each other, and it further divides this country, and we do not need more of that. The people who are repeating it ought to be ashamed of themselves, so of course they're not. They have to know they're lying. Then again, maybe they don't know they're lying. Maybe they've actually convinced themselves their rhetoric is true. It's possible the Democratic Party really has gone that insane. Their new position is that it's immoral to restrict any kind of immigration from any country, in any amount, for any reason ever. Even enforcing our own existing laws, the ones that they voted for and passed in Congress, is now tantamount to a hate crime. Nancy Pelosi's been making that case for months. But the public doesn't agree with any of this, so by definition, Democrats are extremists on the subject. They don't care. This is their new electoral strategy. These are their new voters, whatever it takes.
It's a funny thing about the future. You don't wake up one day surrounded by jetpacks and robot dogs. The real future just kind of sneaks up on you. Until one day, you find yourself plugging in your SUV like it's the most normal thing in the world. Introducing the 2018 Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. It's electric, it's gas, it's an SUV.
Just a few hours ago, Q has been dropping more posts, and they are explosive. In order to understand the significance of what's happening with the government shutdown and the events that are leading up to the total obliteration of the Democratic Party, we need to understand that communications are vital for the American public to be awake, warning, as well as it confirms things that we've been reporting and saying for the past 2 years, and pretty much every side of the report. These drops confirm things we've known, reported on, shot down, and continue to be in the know. you know what I'm saying. First of all, I've said for months, United States Attorney General Jeff Sessions has been doing his job. This was confirmed by a Q post 1 week ago in this posting. Take a look. Sessions has no reason to talk about his cases with the American public or the media. It makes sense for him to keep quiet and do his job. Those who are continually bashing him because he is close-lipped are totally missing the point of what's happening in the Justice Department. We believe Sessions has been quietly gathering evidence and building cases, which is why he stalled the delivery of documents to the congressional committees who are involved in some of these state activities. He just now gave us the documents because of prosecutions. That's what we believe is happening here. This makes sense to those who are prosecutors and are aware of how cases actually work. In a later post, Democrats will not survive. Then, if you look at the post from yesterday and today, the memos, which the Democrats are trying to stop from being released to the public, is set to bring down the entire house of cards. Now, just a few hours ago, Q dropped the most explosive post of all. And if you know how to read these, it's very clear and who is involved in the entire orchestrated plot. Set up a one world government under the New World Order. That's their goal. Let's go through this very carefully because it's extremely important to you and it should be to your family and friends. It's time for you to wake up your neighbors. In this Q post, he said 22 cases dropping the hammer. Right now, there's a memo circulating. We cannot confirm it. Is actually, it says it's from the Department of Justice, but its contents do support the involvement of the Democrats in the death of Seth Rich, as well as his part in giving WikiLeaks to emails from the DNC. According to this memo, there's no Russian interference or hacking of the DNC, which we already knew that. Once we confirm the origin of this memo and find out if it's real, we'll post it on Twitter when we get it. Now, the reason this memo is important is because it says 1 of 22 and internal documents are not always signed. So that's why it looks like it's good information, but we want to be a little cautious on this because we don't want to go overboard. This doesn't have anything to do with release the memo, by the way, or release the documents. According to this post, there was this Q post that he's dropped. I'm going back to this now. There was a 16-year plan to bring down the United States under the rule of the New World Order. Trader 44 was the first 8 years, and Crooked Hillary was supposed to be the second 8 years. During Trader 44's term, there was also the defunding of the military and getting rid of any generals who are opposed to what he was doing. And Obama did that. Using Valerie Jarrett, Trader 44 was to investigate and get rid of any.
So Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and you need a gift. Chocolates are always a good idea, right? Well, they're full of calories. They melt and they're messy, and once you eat them, they're gone.
The White Hats, who are referred to as the good guys in this post. And then there's the SAP sell-off, which is a cloud storage where you can store emails, documents, etc. And they have a blockchain server. When Crooked Hillary was using a private server, over 33,000 deleted emails were actually uploaded to this cloud. We believe that when the sell-off of the stocks happened with SAP, it exposed her emails to the Trump administration, who they got them these emails, these 33,000 emails. We believe the Trump administration has them now under the use of the Patriot Act. This cloud server is just another nail in the Democrats' coffin in the demise of the Clintons. That's the reason they don't want this out. FYI, SAP also is the world's 3rd largest software provider. Now, in another Q post, he says everything posted on the internet is for eternity, including emails. But those of us who use the internet all the time, we already know this. This was just a little jab at the Democrats. Now, if we look further down on this particular post, we see the post says, turning a blind eye to North Korea
White House, the FBI is releasing documents confirming that then FBI Director James Comey began drafting his public statement about the Hillary Clinton email investigation 2 months before it was complete. Joining me now with reactions, South Carolina Congressman Trey Gowdy, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee and a member of the House Intelligence and Judiciary Committees, is in Greenville tonight. Congressman, thanks for being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I think I left out ethics. You're on every committee, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for being here. Listen to this soundbite from a hearing.
Did you make the decision not to recommend criminal charges relating to classified information before or after Hillary Clinton was interviewed by the FBI on July the 2nd?
After. If colleagues of ours believe I am lying about when I made this decision, please urge them to contact me privately so we can have a conversation about this. All I can do is tell you again, the decision was made after that because I didn't know what was going to happen in that interview.
Well, now the FBI has come out with these documents that suggest that that decision was made well before that time. Your thoughts on all of this?
Well, Brett, we're going to take him up.
Former colleagues. May the 2nd is when these memos, these heavily redacted memos, appear where they are discussing internally whether or not to make a charging decision. It is a month and a half later before he announces his decision in early July. So you got, that's 2 months. 2 months from May the 2nd until July the 5th. There were 24 witness interviews in that time period. So if you're discussing whether or not to charge someone in early May, and you haven't interviewed 24 witnesses, including one named Clinton.
Pardon? I said nothing. I'm going outside.
You want to smoke?
No, to clean the windows outside.
Oh. You're mad? Are you borrowing that, or did you buy it?
No, he wants me to try it. Because these are all things I can win from the party.
Oh.
And then I can kind of decide.
Are you having the party here?
Yeah.
Don't you think you should leave some dirty spots to show them how the
Yeah,
party's
but
doing?
I want to try it too.
I know, I'm just saying, you should leave some dirty spots to show them. Think about it, if you had everything clean, how are you going to show them how good it works?
I'm not going to have everything clean.
Okay, I'm just saying you should leave some in key locations.
I don't want people coming to the room.
No, you can literally be like, look, I left this spot to show you guys.
I left the one blind to show you.
Well, there you go. Talking to me? Ah. Oh, that's why. Yeah? Shoot him. Oh. Yeah.
Because Daddy, there's different kinds of powers.
Oh, there is.
And there's the water flat ones.
Yeah.
And some day people in a wetsuit are Power Rangers. They are different. They're different.
Cool.
But I like gold and not other times.
I'm trying to get my dad to come, or I'm gonna get my dad to come to Norwalk's party.
Yeah.
I know my mom won't.
Why? Just because she doesn't like that kind of stuff? From what she said earlier?
She's just cheap.
Well, I think you had a good point. If you save money with one thing.
I think your mom will.
Yeah, my mom likes that stuff.
Yes, my home. Coda found the blue energem 100,000 years ago, during the Pleistocene era. So, you mean Coda's a caveman? Awesome. Really? He's 100,000 years old. That's impossible. Once he bonded to an energem, he stopped aging. None of you will age when you're bonded to an energem. So, I'll stay 18? This job's got some great benefits. And I will always look like this. So there's some negatives too. My spear's good for hunting saber-tooth tiger. You write on the walls? Petroglyphs. It's a prehistoric form of writing. Yes, I write my story here. Come on. Who is that? It's Fury. Very bad. He fight to steal energem. Yeah. He tried to take my energem. Guys, look at this. Is that him? Yes. The one that was after your dad. Well, that doesn't sound good. Several objects entering your Earth's atmosphere. Sledge. Let's find out. This way. It's the Rangers. What are you? A walking lollipop? Well, it's lovely to meet you too. But allow me to introduce the most magnificent intergalactic bounty hunter in the universe. The one, the only, my future husband, Sledge. This is a joke, like, you're the Rangers who destroyed my monster. Power Rangers. No! Get that Fury. Up there. That's him. The creature in my dad's journal. As I was saying,
Heads up. Over here.
Get over here.
Good idea, humans.
belong to no one, especially not to you.
My dear old friend, you thought that blowing up my ship could stop me? Think again. I've bleeded
Heads up.
Give to me, human.
Tyler, something wrong? Tyler! Ready!
Yeah, I seen you cleaning it out there.
We're just gonna have to solve this without him, eh? Wait a second. What is that stench? Smells almost human.
My mom said they're searching for a body in the water.
Where?
By the bridge by her place on the south side.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
How does she even know that?
because she's like, you see, they have like search and rescue there and stuff.
What?
Fire trucks.
Jeez.
Yeah, these windows haven't been cleaned in 5 years.
Hmm?
These windows outside haven't been cleaned in 5 years.
Yeah. Sure, you shouldn't leave one. Just saying. If you want to sell something, and that'd be a perfect.
He has demonstrations.
Okay. Still think a live demonstration would be good too.
I want a clean house.
I want kisses too. Damn it. Damn it. What the?
Humans should fight the strong more. Good deed.
Your chargers will now be able to activate a high-strength armor called Dino Steel. Will Dino Steel be tough enough to beat Sledge?
Maybe. If Tyler had left us.
Alien DNA detected in the northwestern corner. And Tyler's there too.
Look alive.
What are you doing, baby? Go, go, power mamas. Mamas in a half shell. Mama power.
But strong still won. Huh? What's that? Now wear your guts around my neck.
I really want kisses now. I'll scream that out the window. That's it.
Why does this take so long?
Get strong.
Let's go, power mamas. No, power mamas, silly. No, it's power mamas. Everybody knows that. No.
Power Rangers.
Mama's in a half shell. Mama power. Go, go, power mamas. Power mamas. No. What is your mama doing? Power Rangers are the bad guys. Yeah. See, even Mama says. Yeah, it's Power Rangers are the bad guys. Go Power Mama. Mama's in the house show. Mama Power. Oh boy. The T-Rex sword is a bad guy. No. No. Bad Megazord. Bad. I think so. Unless she brought it home.
Doesn't seem right. We saved the world in the morning. Serve them lunch in the afternoon.
Took it? No.
Liam's gone.
Is he? No, he didn't have to go. Huh?
That's all me.
That's the one where the chain mask in. I think. Yeah. Look at it.
Cuckoo pupper mamas. Mamas in a half shell. Mama power. Stop. No, you stop. Hey. You.
Mama?
No, nothing for you.
Yeah. Wait, is the window closed?
No, Mommy wants it open.
Mama? Love you.
I love you more. No. Me.
I can't help it, Pookie.
Go, go, power mamas.
Go, go, power mamas.
Yeah.
Go, go, power rangers.
No, go, go, power mamas.
Go, go, power rangers.
Mama used to be a go-go dancer too.
What? And see whatever I say that Daddy hears. Go, go, power.
that one's right, honey. It's a double there. It could be. Oh, I don't know. It looks like it's on your side. See if it's in the inside. It must be an inside panel that's gotten dirty. Could be wrong. Want like vinegar or something?
Public trade for all Diamond City right here.
Yeah, it's inside of it. Look at your monkey. You don't care.
Yeah, monkey baby. Yes. A monkey. Come here. You see the monkey? Come here. Okay. Oh, look at the monkey. Say hi, monkey baby. Hi, monkey baby. It's a monkey baby. Hi, monkey baby. Look, you got a tail. You got a tail. You got a tail. Look, see? You got a tail. You got a tail. Go, go, power monkeys.
Mom.
Do, do, do. Do, 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 do.
Mom.
Diamond City Sofa. Everything you need.
Oh, I want to be a princess monkey. Okay. Come here. Here. Make you a princess monkey. Princess monkey. Yeah, pretty, pretty. Grandma. Grandma gonna come over? Grandma. Love you, Grandma.
Small arm, long arm, and Sim-free shopping right here. Remember, I don't serve Sims. Supplies.
Let's see what you got.
Here's what we got.
Baby. No, no, not right now. No. No, not right now, baby. Oh, you're okay. You're okay. Oh, yeah. Hurt. Yeah.
Hi, princess. Mama.
She's a princess monkey. Huh?
Hi, princess monkey. Hello. Hi, Mama. It's no
right there.
What?
Here. Mommy, a kiss for that. Right away. You shut up. You got the other one, your goober.
Yeah.
Mama. Oh, you're tired, baby. Tired, babe. No. Mama. Mama. Yeah. Oh, the monkey baby. Monkey baby. Monkey baby. Little baby tiny monkey baby girl. Go, go, Power Monkeys.
Go, go, Power Rangers. Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Mama. No, 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 no.
Racing's boots. Uh-oh.
Oh, on that ice? I think that's something. Yep, it's from over there.
Here looks happy up there, Mama.
Hi. Oh, what am I? Oh.
There is a beautiful picture right there. There's my little hooch. Honey, did Liam walk home?
Yeah.
Feel bad. I told him he didn't have to go. What'd he say?
Nothing. Smile. Make a bye. Lena, stay here. Yeah? You can close the window now.
That's like 4 kisses you owe me. You know that, right? What do you mean whatever?
Stay here.
Why'd you start being like that? Honey?
Dogs, come on.
Who's your baby?
Right there. Come here. Why'd you open it? Oh, no, you didn't.
Baby. Yeah. You want to come in now? Or are you going to stay up there with Mama? Yeah.
You know, a shotgun's great insurance again. Sure. Let's take a look. Self-defense?
Hey, Arturo. You need perfection. Maybe I'll take a look. Sure. Everything. Need a swatter with a little more. I'll take a look. Sure. A swatter now?
Shoes. Okay, good.
Here for new clothes?
Let's see what you have.
Don't bother asking.
John Ratcliffe asked exactly the right question.
Some people golf. I'm a little different. I build airplanes. When I built my first airplane, I was 6 years old. And I was trying to cut the parts out of balsa with a bottle cut because they wouldn't give me a knife. One of the things I look at first is outside to see what the weather's like. If it's not so good, it's downstairs and get to work on the airplane stuff. And if it's good, then I have this airstrip. I drive out there and I uncover the airplane and jump in, fire it up, and away I go.
I really didn't get to fly in a real airplane until I was, I guess, about 14 or 15. I was scared, but it was exciting. I was hooked.
To build your own aircraft and actually fly it in this magical realm, you've created something. And it's not just something that sits there. I would say the most important thing to keep in mind when you're thinking about retirement, keep healthy, keep active, keep going. Then, on top of that, if you have an area that you want to spend a lot of time and money, set up some sort of entity where you can put the money and put it aside, like pay yourself. If I hadn't saved for retirement, well, I certainly wouldn't be building airplanes. My name is James Neely. For fun, I build airplanes and then I go fly them.
I'm just not sure that Director Comey gave him an accurate answer.
I interviewed then Attorney General Loretta Lynch. I asked her this about this investigation. Does it concern you, though, that there is this perception that your Justice Department may, in the end, cut Secretary Clinton a break or do her a favor?
With every case, we handle it in the same way, and that's what I like to convey to the American people.
Now, Comey said that the tarmac meeting between Loretta Lynch and former President Bill Clinton was what precipitated his action of taking it essentially from DOJ. But that doesn't seem to add up.
No, the chronology does not add up. Again, May the 2nd is when they are discussing their charging decision. The meeting on the tarmac was June 22nd, June 26th, June 27th. So that's a month and a half later. And then a couple of days later, they interview Secretary Clinton. And then 2 days later, they decide that they're not going to charge. And he makes that public pronouncement. So his ostensible reason for taking that decision away from the Department of Justice was that meeting on the tarmac. But yet a month and a half earlier, he is memorializing a decision he's already made. So the chronology does not add up. His answers have been all over the map to both the Intelligence Committee and the clip you just played from Oversight. So we need to talk to him again, but we need to look at these memos before we have that conversation with him.
So you would like to see Comey back testifying on Capitol Hill?
For a number of reasons. He made a lot of decisions in 2016 that I think are worth reviewing. You know, Brett, whenever somebody decides to charge someone, there are lots of layers of scrutiny. When you decide not to charge someone, there aren't that many layers of scrutiny, but there ought to be at least a couple. The media should do it, but also Congress should look at this decision not to charge and whether or not it was made before you interviewed 24 witnesses, including the target of the investigation. Yeah, we need to talk to him again.
Loretta Lynch is up on the Hill Friday, we're told. Will she be asked any of this?
I don't think so. She's appearing before the House Intelligence Committee, and it will be limited to the scope of the Russia investigation, although you raise a good point. There are lots of reasons to talk to Loretta Lynch also, including to either corroborate or contradict Jim Comey's recollection that he talked to her about his decision to appropriate the Clinton server decision onto himself, but not on Friday. That will be restricted to what did Russia do and with whom did they do it.
There's a lot of investigations, obviously the Russia investigation, the Bob Mueller special counsel investigation. You are also looking and have talked to the former ambassador to the United Nations, Samantha Power. We reported that she requested, or her office requested, some 260 plus efforts to unmask, in other words, get who was talking and picked up in surveillance. How did she answer that question? Why so many?
Well, I'll tell you broadly, Brett, I think if she were on your show, she would say those requests to unmask may have been attributed to her, but they greatly exceed by an exponential factor the request she actually made. So that's her testimony, and she was pretty emphatic in it. The surveillance community, the intelligence community has assigned this number of requests to her. Her perspective, her testimony is, they may be under my name, but I did not make those requests. So we've got to get to the bottom of that. If there is someone else making requests on behalf of a principal in the intelligence community, we need to know that, because we're getting ready to reauthorize a program that's really important to the country, but also has a masking component to it.
Two more quick questions, and that is, any word back from the White House on your request for information about the use of private emails here?
Yes, sir. On the issue of private email and private travel, we have 3 categories.
My mom wanted to take that door off the other day.
And ain't really done a good job yet. The 3rd category, we have written those agencies back and said, okay, you didn't respond the first time, this is number 2, and if you don't do it number 2, the word's going to start with an S and rhyme with subpoena.
Lastly, there are Democrats, and social media is picking it up, that this White House, this president, hasn't really talked about what happened in Niger with these 4 Special Forces soldiers who were killed. People bringing up your name for the investigation into Benghazi. Your thoughts on that and why we don't know?
Well, with respect to Benghazi, we looked at what happened in Libya, 2 years after it happened, and after 4 or 5 other congressional committees have tried to look into it.
Okay, baby. Okay. Num-nums? Num-nums?
1 teaspoon? A teaspoon? Where's Grandma? Oh, Grandma! Did you go, Bubba? Do you want this on? Oh, do you want it back on? He's coming! There he is! Where's your iPad? Oh.
Did you see it with iPad?
No, I was just wondering where it went. You don't have to be rude about it. Why are your pants all dirty already?
Oh.
And your
Probably
knees?
because I just jumped into a puddle.
Well, you didn't jump over because you got your pants all disgusting. Go jump with me, bro. Jump. Show him. Damn a monkey, a jump. Oh, you want one?
What does you want? Oh, I want
One?
Wait.
It's not hot.
Is it those other two that you gave me one day? Because one time it smelled like spoiled milk.
Almost said somebody fell in the water at Sunside Park.
No. Did they die?
They don't know yet. They can't find them.
Really?
Yeah, because the water's so dirty at places like that. That's why you're not supposed to go in. And the water would be freezing and could kill you.
No.
That's great. Good to have you back. Thanks. Where are you going? Oh no, they've broken the spell. What should we do? I may not be able to control you, but I'll still destroy you. Sorry, but your time is up. It's morphin' time. Dino Charger.
What? That's my favorite picture I made.
Baby.
Daddy.
Yeah?
the Office of the Special Counsel had said they're very meticulous and they are setting perjury traps. Is there a difference between the way the president would be interrogated and some of the people who work in the White House or who have worked on the campaign are?
You know, I don't think a huge difference. Bob Mueller and his team, whether we like their politics, their prior contributions or not, these are experienced professionals. They're going to treat the interviewee with professionalism and respect for their position. But
maybe you can start researching where to get some good ones.
And probably offer some coffee and light hors d'oeuvres. However, what are they going for, and how do they go about getting it?
Well, Kennedy, they're going for the truth.
What do they see as the truth?
Well, first, they have, I would think by now, a wealth of information that none of us has seen. And that is text message exchanges, email exchanges, phone call records, travel records, interviews of others who are filling in the gaps. Look, we don't know, we don't have one idea right now what Mike Flynn has shared with them, what Papadopoulos has shared with them, whether he's giving them something that looks like it is indictable today, or perhaps giving them nothing at all. But they know that the president needs to do two things. One, not overestimate him.
Welcome to Sunnyview Dental, creating beautiful, healthy smiles 7 days a week.
Our self, and two, not underestimate what is in the possession of the interviewers. They are going to be studied up on every piece of this. They will have every tweet, every text, every conversation, every travel record, and be ready to ask detailed questions. The president is not going to breeze by hard questions. They're going to circle back and ask it again.
Man, I wish they had the same level of meticulousness for Hillary Clinton. I really wish that she had seen the same level of integrated questioning that you are describing, because I think you're right, the pursuit of the truth and justice are paramount in our government, and I don't think we've seen enough of it. I'm still curious what exactly they're going for. We're hearing that it's less about whatever collusion is and more about obstruction of justice. If they find it with the president, can the president be indicted?
Well, I think that would be extraordinary. Perhaps the more obvious thing, if they think the president has committed a crime, is to refer it to Congress and say and recommend impeachment process.
So what does obstruction of justice look like to Congress, though? Does that reach the constitutional threshold for charging a president and removing him from office?
You know, that's a great question, and I think we are going to have to hear the details. So far, what we've heard are the presumption, the suggestion that Jim Comey was fired to basically take a Russia investigation off track. And personally, my supposition is, my belief is that the president has the absolute authority to fire the director of the FBI for a good reason or for no reason at all. The question is, can he fire him for a bad reason? And is there proof that this firing was for a bad reason? There's plenty of potential witnesses. There are text messages. There are interviews, including with Lester Holt. And I think it's going to be incumbent on Mueller. Look, this is a case where federal prosecutors know you have to prove your case beyond a reasonable doubt. But here we're talking about the President of the United States. So you better take beyond a reasonable doubt and notch it up a couple levels to think about bringing an indictment for obstruction of justice, particularly where the President does have the right to terminate Jim Comey and take other steps like that. He has the lawful right to do it. So are you going to meet beyond a reasonable doubt and then go past it so you can succeed?
Yeah, and is removing the president success? Is that what success looks like to special counsel? I guess we'll find out. Ron Hoxha, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
The House Intelligence Committee, responding to the Justice Department's expression of concern about the release of the committee's four-page memo detailing FISA surveillance abuses, a spokesman for Chairman Devin Nunes says this, quote, agencies that are under investigation by congressional committees don't typically get access to the committee's investigative documents about them. And it is no surprise these agencies don't want the abuses
Look at that belly. Look at that big monkey belly.
Joining us tonight, Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton. Judicial Watch now suing the Department of Justice to retrieve the struck and FBI and first of all, I have to give, I'm calling Devin Nunes a hero in this episode. He is now doing so with great wit. I thought that response was absolutely perfect. What did you think?
Yes, the disturbing aspect of it is that the Justice Department is acting as if Hillary Clinton is president, as opposed to President Trump. You know, Jeff Sessions has put himself in a box because of the Russia recusal, and it seems Special Counsel Mueller is running the investigation, and all of this fight about the dossier, all of this back and forth about the FBI text messages and the modified limited hangout of text messages. It's about protecting Mueller's operation. And I think there's a race. There's a race for Mueller to interview Trump if he can prior to his operation being blown up by the release of this dossier memo by the House, or more text messages that will further expose the whole investigation into Trump and frankly into Hillary Clinton, which is related as a partisan shame.
Well, you want the lion costume on?
The missing text. Why did they? I've never seen a recovery quite like this. Within less than a week of being told in a rather high and mighty fashion by the FBI director that the text were lost that had been found. It doesn't rise to the level of a miracle, perhaps a political miracle.
Miko has no apples, no bananas.
You fail. You have to almost fail so many times. That's how you learn. You know what you did wrong, and then you do it again, and you do it again, and again.
When I first saw Ali's attempt at the Leon staircase, I didn't think it was possible.
And there it was, the huge staircase, 25 stairs. They counted. Half of the people that were reading for it were like, no, you're stupid. This is not possible.
You failed, you got injured, but you planted a seed. That was the biggest leap of faith for me.
And I remember looking at it and thinking, wow, this is going to feel like flying.
They work together without realizing it. If Ali didn't try that, it still wouldn't be done. I would not have done it. But he opened the door.
But have you ever seen anything like this, and what do you suspect is that your fear?
Well, I never thought they were missing to begin with. I was not surprised they were found. I mean, they were found a few hours after we sued for them in federal court yesterday, which I thought was quite the late, I guess, a Christmas miracle a month later.
It's just conversion.
That's right. And, you know, but we've seen this before. You know, they told us what was there. There's emails over at the IRS. They had been missing or were lost. And I said, well, what about backup tapes? Well, there are no backup tapes. And then it turned out there were backup tapes. And of course, most famously, Hillary Clinton had no emails. And it turned out she had 60,000 of them. And even the ones she deleted, we were able to uncover thanks to forcing the FBI to do a little bit of its job in 2016.
But no complete miracle at the State Department, where still there is an onerous burden that weighs upon those mighty servants of the American public, where they can only sort of send them out in dribbles for the great unwashed, that is, American citizens like you and me, and those watching, so we can at least comprehend the machinations of better minds and higher purposes than we serve.
That's right. The bureaucrats who are being enlisted, I think, under thanks to pressure from President Trump to actually review these documents more quickly, are complaining that they have to do that type of work because it's beneath them. But the same is happening over at the Justice Department. There is a lack of transparency of this Justice Department that would have made the Obama Justice Department blush. And the deep state is in full control over there, thanks to the leadership just checking out on these transparency issues and refusing to be brave on these transparency issues. And that's why we're being told. We were told by the FBI that we've asked about these text messages. I can't tell you how contemptuous they were in response. And they essentially told us to sue us if you want us, which is what we happily did. But, you know, we've had numerous lawsuits that they should have been turning these over to us. And they've basically been giving us the back of the hand. And this is out of the new administration, not the Obama administration.
So let me answer that raises the question. Why, you must ask yourself this question, surely, why would not President Trump order these people, these servants of the American public, to act in his interest and release that to the American people, because it is our right to know.
I think he's receiving legal advice not to get involved. I don't know how else to explain it, because I think he does want this information released. He's been complaining about it separately through tweets and things like that. But it's one thing to complain about it via a tweet and get your lawyers and get the best spot.
Hey!
Honey bear,
What?
I really love you today. You love me today?
To do what you want him to do.
Every day.
And I think he's been put in a box as a result of this illicit criminal investigation into him, that he can't talk about declassifying the dossier documents, or the FISA warrants, or the unmasking
Perhaps
documents.
he doesn't have to talk about it. I know this is a strange possibility to even imagine. But let's imagine that the president would not talk about it, but nonetheless his attorney's order, he personally ordered the attorney general release the documents, say direct to
Why would that be bad?
Everybody wears tights.
So I like it on you. I'm not saying anything besides that.
American people have a right to demand from their government.
What?
I told the White House directly that, and it just hasn't happened. I've called, you know, we talk about extreme day. I want extreme transparency in all of this. And to me, the Justice Department has ceded all of its authority on these issues to Robert Mueller. They tried his investigation to withhold information from him, and it's become Tim Mueller of the Justice Department. And he's just another lawyer working on a contract basis for the bureaucracy, but he's being treated as a king. And it's got to stop. It's got to stop. And Mueller's operation has been compromised. And this is why
it's right to compromise, corruption, political corruption, and conflict. It's that simple.
Huge breaking news at this hour. We on this program can now exclusively report that the Department of Justice has now started and is recovering some of the 5 months of missing text messages from Trump-hating FBI agents Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. Also breaking right now, President Trump is telling the special counsel, Robert Mueller, that he will talk to him under oath. Sounds like the president has nothing to hide, but is it the right legal decision? We'll explore with our panel. And also brand new tonight, Robert Mueller and his mouthpieces in the corrupt liberal media, they are in a full-fledged panic and desperately trying to change the narrative to hide the truth amid a new stunning wave of information about anti-Trump bias, abuse of power, all at the highest levels, not the rank and file of the FBI and DOJ. Plus, you will not believe, you're not going to believe who James Comey hired to be his lawyer. That and so much more. Breaking news, the Department of Justice is urging the House Intelligence Committee Chair, Devin Nunes, not to release the classified memo exposing FISA abuses against the Trump campaign. Well, that is unacceptable to us, and it is why we are still demanding that Congress release the memo. Tell us the truth. That and more in our very important opening monologue. All right, our exclusive reporting on the DOJ, we can report right now that the missing FBI text messages, we'll tell you about it in a second. This is a game-changing development. But first, President Trump is letting the special counsel, Robert Mueller, know that there is no collusion and he has nothing to hide. Listen to this.
You want to do the There's been no collusion whatsoever. There's no obstruction whatsoever. And I'm looking for...
Some people golf. I'm a little different. I don't...
Or do it. I would love to do it. What's your name first? You know, again, I have to say, subject to my lawyers and all.
All right, with his lawyer's approval, that makes sense, but is that the smart play? Sounds like game on to me. The Drudge Report tonight has this headline up, and it sums it up perfectly. Trump stares down Mueller. I'll do it under oath. Now, Judge Janine Pirro, she'll join us later with legal reaction. Now, also tonight, the walls are closing in on those responsible for this massive corruption, abuse of power at the top levels of government in what we are now calling state-sponsored sabotage. And with this flood of damning news exposing all this malfeasance, the special counsel, Robert Mueller, and his spokespeople in the media are now working overtime. They want to create as many distractions as possible and discredit anybody that's telling the truth, like us here on the Fox News channel, for daring to report on the truth. Now, to be perfectly clear, for those that don't pay attention and want to advance lies and false narratives, we are not and never have been and never will be talking about rank-and-file members of the FBI, the DOJ, and the intelligence community. They honor us with their service every day. And there's no show on television that has and will continue to support these hardworking people that do such a service to their country. But the criminal wrongdoing that we are exposing has to do with only a few select Obama administration top bureaucrats who thought that they knew better than you did about who should be your president. Now, the liberal media is engaged in a total smear campaign. They want to shut up people like me and Greg Jarrett and Sarah Carter and John Solomon and Tom Fitton and Victoria Tunsing and so many others. They want to conceal the truth. Now, we've always had the utmost respect for the FBI. I've had family in the FBI and the intelligence community and police officers and firefighters and the military. Now, can the liberal media say the same for themselves? We know the answer. How many times have you heard them attack people in uniform, those that serve us as much as they do? Now that we're getting closer and closer every single night in uncovering this huge, historic, massive scandal, the media is rushing to slander and discredit those of us that are exposing this. At the end of the day, every one of these so-called journalists at these so-called news networks are going to look like fools that we already know that they are. The same people who have been clinging to a sinking lifeboat of this phony Trump-Russia collusion story. It's been a year, and they still cannot admit that they've been completely wrong. There's no evidence, and in many instances, they're flat out lying. And now, since none of this has worked, well, the media's now doing the bidding of Robert Mueller, their breathless, hysterical reporting about what the special counsel is doing. Don't believe me? Let your own eyes see.
A dizzying 24 hours in the Russia investigation, no longer just inching toward the president. This morning, it is more like careening.
Happening now, breaking news closing in. The special counsel's Russia probe closes in on the president and his inner circle after 24 hours of bombshell reports and developments. Another one just in. CNN has now learned that the special counsel, Robert Mueller, wants to question the president's former White House chief strategist, Steve Bannon.
The outline of an obstruction of justice case filling in bit by bit. As NBC's First Read political team notes, if the optics around Bill Clinton's tarmac meeting with Loretta Lynch were bad, this is, quote, 100 times worse.
It was a day of revelations in the Russia probe.
If there's any day to be watching Ari, it is today. Russia, Russia, Russia.
A lot going on. Now, have you noticed, anytime there's big breaking news about this massive government abuse of power that's unfolding every night on this show, all of a sudden 3 or 4 stories about the special counsel's investigation in the media, they're all over the place, and it spreads like wildfire within their own echo chamber. So predictable at this point. The media is out of control with their bias. It's painfully obvious. And by the way, a lot of their information, I believe, when all is said and done, is probably coming from Robert Mueller and, of course, his liberal Democratic hacks that have been pushing this themselves. Now, also tonight, big developments about the explosive classified memo exposing FISA abuses against the Trump campaign. Fox News is reporting the Department of Justice is now asking the House Intelligence Committee Chairman, Devin Nunes, to not publicly release the memo that we deserve. Now, do the DOJ, do they not understand? Congress has oversight over them. They're investigating them. They don't have to hand the memo over to anybody in spite of what the liberal media says. They shouldn't do it. Now, this is why we are once again calling on you, the American people, to call up your members of Congress, demand the memo be released. Release the memo. Hashtag release the memo. Call the number on your screen, 202-224-3121. Tell Congress the truth about one of the biggest scandals in American history, and we have a right to know. Also, breaking this hour, this is huge. New information about the missing struck page text messages. Remember, 5 months, a very critical time period. Sources are exclusively telling me tonight, multiple sources, that the Department of Justice is, as we speak, in the process of successfully recovering.
Hi.
Oh, look at you.
Lion girl. Oh, doesn't she look cute?
What are you doing? Give Grandpa a hug.
Doesn't she look cute?
You're ugly.
No, it's
Better
like
not.
a menthol candy thing.
Oh, that's nice. It smells nice. Yeah, baby.
She loves mints.
Oh, does she? Look how cute
She will chew gum though and not swallow it.
Wow. Oh,
Uh-oh.
cute. All right, here to work.
Oh, she doesn't want to come to me. That's okay.
We have to replace our windows.
How come?
The one in the kitchen's letting in moisture. I thought maybe it was the outside the windows. I was cleaning the windows today, but no, they need to be replaced.
That's a big expense, isn't it?
It is. And then the bay window. I'm going to try this side, but I think it's the same thing here too.
Aww. Gosh, there's always something, eh?
Yes.
What are you doing? Hey, Lion!
These are so pretty new.
Lion!
They are pretty new.
Wow.
But the one in the kitchen is definitely leaking.
Hey, put my arms out for her.
She's excited.
No.
Okay. Doug? Okay. We're ready to go.
Okay.
Puppy ears. Oh.
Hey. No.
Brother. You've got gum, a big wad of gum. All right. Mama, candy. Mama, Halloween candy. You're kidding. You still have Halloween candy?
You guys want a drink or mom for shoes?
Oh, I'm good.
No, I'm fine.
That's nice of you.
Oh, what are we looking at? No.
Okay. Hi, baby. You got daddy's stupid chair. Papa. Brother? You say brother? She look cute. There's no
Nico, I remember when you wore that all the time.
Yes. Isn't she a doll?
My mom thinks that somebody drowned at Southside Park. They had like the fire crews and like search and rescue and everything over there.
Oh no.
Somebody had a heart attack or something.
They were looking like in the water though.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess your mom would see it, wouldn't she?
Well, yeah, she was just coming home from somewhere and like, she's like, yeah, that's not normal.
Oh, dear. Oh, don't scare her.
She's not scared.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
My dad always.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you there.
All right, are you ready? You squish them?
I squished them.
You're back.
Downstairs.
What? Can we put them?
Well, I think so.
Ow!
We have 93 people testifying in the Senate. They were not involved. Why were they not involved? Many of them didn't want to go through the trial to testify. So surely the judge has to hearing takes 7 days, and it should take about 2 hours. And people not in the case testify. I reject that
His fist was weak.
to engage in a catharsis, in a release of what they have been keeping in them as a result of the harm that he caused. And under the rules, she is permitted to take into account what we call prior bad acts, behavior of the defendant, similar to what he was convicted of, but for which, for one reason or another, he was not charged. So even though this took 7 days, her behavior was nothing short of heroic. Not just for victims, not just for women, but for the entire criminal justice system to do the right thing in a methodical and rational way.
Nina!
Right.
Those might have been women outside the scope of this court. Are you resisting trouble? But they have
Reach into corners.
Hey!
I'm thrilled.
See, I bet you forgot you had this mirror.
No, it's not. It's
You don't
one
like
that. No, Doug got it for free from next door.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. You could put it like, well, I guess you couldn't put it there, but it's beautiful mirror. It is gorgeous. I think you should put it up somewhere. It's beveled glass and everything.
I saw myself in teeth.
Did it scare you? It's beautiful.
I have silver teeth.
Yeah, I just don't know where I put it.
Yeah.
I have silver teeth.
You have silver teeth. You're lucky.
I know where you should put it.
Not in your room.
Good one! No thighs.
Over.
No thighs. Yay!
The TV.
There, see that, huh?
See, you can change how it hangs too. It can go like horizontal or vertical.
Oh.
Yeah. Honey,
What?
we're gonna be going through the bedroom to put some stuff in the sunroom. Do you need to?
I don't care if it's a mess or anything. It doesn't
I don't even think it is, but.
If there's any mess, it's Doug.
All right, let's go.
But mirrors are so good for like reflecting
We
light.
have tons of mirrors in this house, Mom.
Do you?
Oh man, we have so many of them. Like seriously, we have tons of them.
Well,
I have a mirror that's like as tall as you, I think.
really?
No, I don't even know where it came from.
Oh.
Well, Mom's Mom's never met a mirror she didn't like.
If you don't want it, I'll take it, but
Absolutely.
No, just take it. If you like it, take it, Mom. Put it over there. Let's get some work done.
I don't even know like what I want where and like.
The fundamental issue is
Yeah, Robin gave that to me.
that's really nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. He gave us a bunch of stuff. Actually.
Yeah, like a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh.
But I don't like the theme of the kitchen either, so I'm gonna take down the dill pickle. And I hate the African thing. So I want to do. Yeah, I don't know why that's so I want all the African themed out, and I want to like. I think I'm just gonna do a gray and then update it with lines.
What's your response to that?
no. Look, the bad fact.
My dad's all
The FBI are out there fucking their tail working hard to keep the country as safe as they possibly can. They're doing their job. We're talking about
No, I don't
very
tell me.
We're talking about Andrew McCabe. The guy who got $700,000 for his wife's campaign. Andrew McCabe met with Terry McAuliffe when his wife was running for state senator in Virginia, and Terry McAuliffe was under investigation when he took that meeting. We're talking about Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, who were part of that core group at the time that investigated, and then we're involved in a bunch of that. Those are the people we're talking about, not the agent out there busting tail, doing his job like he's supposed to. We have the upper
No, but the bathroom
Everyone talks about the
taps
bias,
are
fucking they despise on something, and they don't like people like you and I. Remember the one text message where one of them's walking in Walmart and they say, I can smell the Trump supporters in Walmart, right?
Yeah, that's
the feeling they have for folks like you and I who think about fundamental values and those principles that made our country special. That's
and then living here and then trying to like refinish floors is just like so hard with babies, right?
Hi, Dee. You're right. That is very difficult because you well, you're gonna have to be furniture anyway. But if you're just replacing them, you can just move bits.
Yeah, and then put it back as I need to, right? Because like I don't have a lot of spots to like store things, so it's gonna have to be like my back to do one section in the living room and one for that side.
You start looking at all that.
Hey, I'm watching JoJo Power Rangers. I'm watching Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, that's fun.
And look what's readable. Love Power Rangers.
That's cool.
No.
Then you got what happened to the Clinton investigation. Now Shazam, Black busted text messages suddenly missing, and they're missing from an important time, December 14th, when all the unmasking.
Okay, I'll find them. For now, I need to do this. I don't have time to be searching right now.
The day Robert Mueller is named special counsel. Come on, you say that's a big coincidence, and that all the whole thing happen. That just, you know, stalks people's intelligence.
Congressman George and one of your colleagues from Connecticut, Jim Stein, referenced Benghazi in your obsession, or your Republican obsession, with this supposed aim.
I see this as the latest installment of Benghazi, where some little thread of attack is used to create some massive scandal. The famous House memo is just the latest and most dangerous installment of trying to save this president's station by damaging and throwing mud on a storied institution, in this case, the FBI and the Department of Justice.
So, that's the new line. That you guys are killing Trump's water, and I am too, by extension.
We're trying to get to the truth. You cannot argue with the animus that's displayed in the text messages between Ms. Page and Mr. Strunk. You cannot argue with the fact you have a text message.
Welcome to Sunnyview Dental, creating beautiful, healthy smiles 7 days a week. Our goal is to make dental care as comfortable and convenient as possible. Here are just a few of the reasons why so many people have chosen Sunnyview Dental for their family's dental care. We are open 7 days a week and offer convenient hours, including evenings and weekends. We always make time for dental emergencies. Sunnyview Dental features modern, state-of-the-art technology, including digital x-rays and in-chair patient entertainment. Our office is home to a variety of dental specialists, so you can get complete care all in one place, without having to travel to different specialist offices. Sunnyview Dental offers progressive insurance rates, will take care of all insurance paperwork, and have your insurer pay the claim correctly, saving you both time and money. Whether you need dentist, have a dental emergency, or just want a routine visit and checkup, please give us a call today. At Sunnyview Dental, we look forward to seeing you smile.
Oh, it's a profile in courage for her to say she's dismissing herself, Loretta Lynch dismissing herself from the Clinton investigation and giving that decision to Bob Mueller because she already knows the outcome. She already knows she's not going to be charged. I mean, so you go through all this, you have to get to the bottom of this because it raises so many questions. And now, I mean, I would have to I say, look.
Here, baby.
You think they just 5 months of text messages disappeared? You think it was an accident that a backup tape, 700 backup tapes containing 24,000 emails was just destroyed, even though they were under subpoena at the IRS? I mean, you go down the line and look at all these things, and the American people have said, we've had it. We've had it with this kind of behavior. If Laura Ingraham was under investigation by the FBI, or if Jim Jordan was under investigation by the IRS, and we lost documents that were crucial to the investigation and or under subpoena or preservation order, we would be in huge trouble. But somehow when it's Peter Strzok, Mr. Deputy Head of Counterintelligence at the FBI, oh, it's massive. Give me a break.
What about the text message that Strzok sent? I think it was a text message where he said he wasn't sure that he wanted to go work for Mueller because of the It didn't look like there was any there. What did you make of it?
Yeah, they're having this debate. It's like at midnight. Women in this page are having these text messages back and forth, and it's basically the context is: do we go on the Mueller team or don't? And this is literally 1.5 days after Mueller's been named. Do we go on the team or not? And he says there's no there, but ultimately he goes on the team. And I would argue he goes on the team because if you look at one of those other text messages in that same exchange, 12:36 a.m. He says, "I have unfinished business. I unleashed it," bragging about himself. "I unleashed it in the mid-year exam," which was the code name they had for the Clinton investigation. "But now I need to fix it and finish it." And then, of course, a few minutes later, at 12:40 a.m., he says, "This is an investigation that may lead to impeachment." So that sort of tells you what he's doing. Never forget, this is the guy who talked about the insurance policy months before that in a text message during the campaign. So insurance policy, now we got to fix it and finish it. Is that what he's referring to? The insurance policy that Donald Trump doesn't actually remain president and that this could lead to impeachment because he ultimately joins the Mueller team.
What's the latest on this memo, the release of the House Intel memo that I guess is a process for getting on, and you guys are trying to cross all the T's and dot all the I's. What do we know right now?
I think it will happen next week. I really do. Chairman Nunes approached me on the floor Monday and says he wants to move forward with this as quick as he can. There's a vote in the House committee, then it's released. The White House has 5 days to give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. I think it'll take 5 seconds for them to give it a thumbs up. But if they do wait the 5 days and they don't disagree with releasing it, then it's released after that 5-day time slot. What I do think is important, Laura, is that when this thing is released, it has it is cited, it is referenced to the underlying material so that people know that the memo and the statements and things alleged in that memo are based on these fundamental sources that are out there. I think that is critical that this thing be properly sourced, properly referenced.
We're talking to Congressman Jim George and Congressman Laura Ingram. So, Congressman, thank you so much for your insights on this.
Congressman Matt Gaetz represents the state of Florida. He joins us. Congressman, thanks for that. Good to be on, Governor. Now, you have read this memo. Assure us that it's not being oversold. Do you think this memo will change the conversation about how surveillance is used against American citizens?
You spent 2,000 years looking for a job of none. What?
That's good. We are leaders in blockchain technology. Utilizing decentralized networks and verified ledgers, we build customizable blockchain apps with Facebook. Xbox has developed technologies that push boundaries. With proven expertise in blockchain integration. Our innovative approach goes beyond what is possible. With app development that leverages the global economy. At Xbox, we're building the future, one day at a time.
So when you're talking about, there are 2 things that you have to do to evaluate when they read this memo. The first is you've got to evaluate the memo in the context of the current months of missing text messages between Peter Strzok and his mistress Lisa Page. You can't evaluate those 2 things separately. They should be evaluated together. Secondly, the American
Strong arm text messages take self-knowledge.
Well, Tucker, yeah, I can't get into specifics of precisely that connectivity. I can only say that I think it's interesting that Strzok and Page, who were volleying text messages back and forth, one at a high school cheerleading squad, all of a sudden had a solid black hole in the middle of that exchange, right at the exact time that one would anticipate that conspiracy would be ongoing to undermine the president, ending in the appointment of Robert Mueller, conspicuously the very day that the Strzok and Page text messages come back online. So it's no coincidence. The second thing you've got to evaluate is the manner in which evidence presented to the court was corroborated. The problem with lies is that you got to keep telling them. You can't just tell one lie and then use other lies to corroborate the existing lies. It's my position that the Mueller probe is intractably infected, that it is built on a rotten foundation, and it should end immediately so that we can focus on the real challenge of reforming
Justice over this never happens again. It's either a Republican or a Democrat administration. So, and that's right. It's a bipartisan concern because what you're suggesting is corruption so deep and menacing that every American ought to be really upset about it. Can you pledge as a member of Congress that you will do everything you can to expose this and let people make their own decisions about whether it's appalling or not? But don't you think it's important for our citizens to have faith in their government, and in order to have that faith, they need more information soon?
Well, absolutely. I haven't been in Congress for a very long time, but I don't think you solve a lot of problems by having members of Congress meet with each other behind closed doors and share their outrage with each other. I think we've got to have sunlight, transparency, so that we can all have a national debate about what type of government we want to have, what type of surveillance system we want to have, what type of information has to corroborate the stuff that is presented to courts before people's liberty is impaired. And so I think that that's an important national discussion to have. I think the only way we're going to get there is by releasing this memo. The issue is that Devin Nunes and the members of the Intelligence Committee on the Republican side want to do that. The Democrats are not going to keep it back to where they are. So it's the Congress to see it.
But am I mistaken in remembering that the special officers who are authorized by Congress, I think that's right. You have been asking this argument before last week. I would have preferred, however, it is important to note that the reauthorization of Congress is not a blanket reauthorization. There's a process protections that were included. That was specifically for the 702 section of Congress, which deals with the collection of intelligence and when we release the intelligence to be able to see how that
We love you, jacket.
Oh, my God, yes. Go sit. Well, then when you see that I have dirt, you'll go and walk through it with your shoes. For what? What do you think? For what? Hurry. Why do you think it's okay to leave garbage all the time, sitting everywhere? Why do you think that's okay? Go to your room. Now. No, I'm sick of you doing it. Go. I don't want to see you. You never listen. Nope. No, you always throw garbage on the ground. It's okay.
I'll not do it anymore.
You're right. Hey.
he left you unharmed, and now the two of you are carrying on a relationship about which you lied to the FBI. I was wrong. You do need a lawyer.
What if I'm amplified? What if I was?
You were mesmerized at the knowledge they would crush at.
It was just like God being there.
We're in trouble, but we'll die for what we believe in.
He knew a war was coming and that we were going to die.
He made me embrace him for who he really was. A Messiah.
Good is in every Blue Diamond almond. And once good gets going, there's no stopping it. Blue Diamond almonds, get your good going. Official snack nut of the U.S. ski and snowboard team.
Liberty Mutual stood with me when this guy got a flat tire in the middle of the night, so he got home safe.
Yeah, my dad says our insurance doesn't have that. What?
You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Before I had the shooting, burning, pins and needles of diabetic nerve pain, these feet, like to style my dog as a kid, loved motherhood, rain or shine, and were pumped to open my own salon. But I couldn't bear my diabetic nerve pain any longer, so I talked to my doctor, and she prescribed Lyrica.
Nerve damage from diabetes causes diabetic nerve pain. Lyrica is FDA approved to treat this pain, from moderate to even severe diabetic nerve pain. Lyrica may cause serious allergic reactions, suicidal thoughts, or actions. Tell your doctor right away if you have these, new or worse depression, unusual changes in mood or behavior, swelling, trouble breathing, rash, hives, blisters, muscle pain with fever, tired feeling, or blurry vision. Common side effects: dizziness, sleepiness, weight gain, swelling of hands, legs, and feet. Don't drink alcohol while taking Lyrica. Don't drive or use machinery until you know how Lyrica affects you. Those who've had a drug or alcohol problem may be more likely to misuse Lyrica.
Now I have less diabetic nerve pain, and I love grooming the next generation.
Ask your doctor about Lyrica.
The new double quarter-pound king from Burger King. Made with over a half-pound of flame-grilled 100% beef, 4 slices of cheese, pickles, and freshly chopped onions. The new double quarter-pound king. Now part of the King Collection. Only at Burger King.
I can't believe how great this tastes.
I can't believe it comes in vegan and organic.
Enjoy, I can't believe it's not butter, and it's vegan, and it's organic. At AT&T, buy one iPhone 8 and get one from us. That's one for you and one for your BFF. Your backup singer. Your frenemy. Your boo. Your roomie. So one phone for you and one phone for someone in your squad. Buy an iPhone 8 and get a second iPhone 8 on us.
If the Earth didn't have layers, well, you'd be drowning in magma.
Wait, what?
If the Earth needs layers, so does your chocolate bar. Get layers of crunchy and creamy. Hershey's Cookie Layer Crunch. Get layered.
There are plenty of good booking sites, but your ideal hotel may only be listed on one or several, but for very different prices. You really want to check them all? Instead, use Trivago to compare these offers and find your ideal hotel for the best price. Hotel?
This season, the stakes are even higher.
You want to go back to work with me?
I was thinking more feed you to the lions. Brian's bringing Sarah onto his team.
Oh boy.
To work with clients for the first time.
They've changed their mind on this right here.
Didn't go as smoothly as I would have liked.
I thought you were a handful. Now I have you, and I have homeowners, and I'm in the middle.
Brian A. New episode Sunday at 10 on HGTV.
Conrad Harlow is found guilty of the murder of Special Agent Emily Byrne.
What are you calling me?
Emily, she's alive.
You've been gone for 6 years.
Sunshine. New episode Sunday at 9 on Showcase. Let's do.
Something wrong with the apartment?
No. Florist.
Florist what?
Came through. Lodge, Dougie.
We're smoked. Hunters. Look, pick up an extra guy. All right, but go with 3 guys. Be smart and booty.
So you're not going?
Why is that? Because we got a ton of heat on us for one thing. We'll put a move on, right? We've done it 100 times before. You know what? Forget it. Do what you want to do. I'm done. What? What? You're done. What does it sound like? I don't know. What's that mean? What do you think it means? What does that mean you're done? It sounds like a bunch of... Let me put it to you this way. I'm putting this whole town in my rear view. There's people I can't let you walk away from. What? Who? Are you serious? She's not my kid. Did she tell you it was? Cut it out. All you give about is Coke and Xbox. Now you're trying to play it off like you care about Shine? Come on now.
Yeah, but the problem is...
What?
You think you're better than people.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Mighty Mighty, right?
Yeah, I'm better than all these people.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm better than anybody in this project.
Right here. Same rules that I did.
You think you are? You want to let me or not letting me do that? All right, here's a little cheat sheet for you. It's never going to be me and you and your sister and Shine playing house up there. All right? You got it? Get that in your head. I'm tired of your one-way. If you want to see me again, come down and visit me in Florida. Go.
In the 302, feds had me dropping Brennan right here. I got him back on Tibbetts. The guy ran a 90-year hospital blow on his heart. I mean, because I should have run track. You know what I'm saying?
They asked you to do that.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to, Dougie. Come on. They told me Brendan Leahy was coming down here to roll up on you with a Block 21, so I came over here and I put him in the ground. Been 9 years for it. You gotta thank me, but you're not walking away.
I'm grateful for everything.
And a book?
Your family took me in when my father went away. You're like a brother to me. I'm leaving. You?
The following program is rated PG. The following program may not be suitable for young viewers. Parental discretion is advised.
It's always today. I mean, this is the day. That's right. Can't I come?
You have to go to school, George.
Will he be here when I get home?
I think so.
I'm playing all of them. I'm going to wrestle with him. I'm going to teach him how to spin.
It's going to be so much fun for all of us.
How will you know if you're picking the right one?
I don't know.
You'll just know.
Bye, sweetie.
Remember, I want a little brother, not a big brother.
We've been through your paperwork and everything seems to be in order. Adoption isn't for everyone, but you seem like the kind of people with plenty of love to share. So, how are you feeling?
Oh, goodness, we're tingling with anticipation.
Oh, recess. Time for you to meet them. Feel free to walk around. They're quite used to having strangers here.
Thank you.
Oh, lovely people.
Oh, Frederick, look at them. How can we possibly...
Shoes, I know. They all seem so...
wonderful. You know what's wonderful? What's wonderful is how you both know what the other one is going to say before you even say it.
Hey.
Not that it's any of my business.
Yes, well, that happens. We've been together as long as we have.
For being a family. Family. Wow. Well, for family, you've certainly come to the right place. I think we can find just what you're looking for. You know, if you want a girl, Susan can read French. And Edith over there can tap dance while blowing bubbles. Or maybe you want a boy.
Actually, I think we were leaning towards a boy.
Well, in that case, Benny can do handstands. And Andy can run 100 yards faster than you can say, ready, set, go. You certainly know a lot about everyone, don't you? Well, that's what happens when you've been here as long as I have. I mean, let's face it, not everyone wants to adopt someone like me. You shouldn't worry about choosing. It happens the same way every time. First, you won't know what to do, you'll be a little bit scared. Then you'll meet one of them. You'll talk to them. Somehow, you just know.
Are you quite certain you're prepared to handle his uniqueness?
Oh, my, yes. Yes, his uniqueness is a perfect fit for the little family.
Perfect.
Mr. and Mrs. Little, we try to discourage couples from adopting children outside their own species. It rarely works out.
Well, it will in this case.
I have a dream that everywhere I go, most everyone captures my eye, and they find me so fascinating. You can't quite get interested. A very special guy.
So, what do I call you? Mom?
Dad.
And we haven't told you the best news of all. You have a brother.
Named George.
A brother. What do I call him? George.
Feeling relatively blue. I love an extra can or two. There has to be a place for me where I belong right now. Don't need a dynasty. A name to share, a heart to care. That's really all. And then I'd be walking tall.
Be close, James. Was he?
A name to share, a heart to care.
What are you taking to show and tell? No, but you gotta practice, and you're not gonna know what to do.
Well, Stuart, here we are. Family home.
They say every little in the world can find this house.
Even if they've never been here before.
It's just something inside them.
Something inside.
So, would you like a tour?
I don't have any money.
That's Uncle Crenshaw, Cousin Edgar, Grandpa Spencer. That's Aunt Beatrice. And that's George, your brother. Look, he's already happy to see me.
Well, it's just about everybody. Except for...
Hey, right now!
You spit Stuart out this instant, Snowbell. Spit him right out.
Stuart, wait. I'm fine.
You must never harm Stuart, you understand?
Never, or out you'll go, Mr. Snow.
Stuart is one of the family now. We do not eat family members.
Mom, Dad, Mom! Is my brother here?
Selena.
It is.
Where is he? Selena.
Stuart, this is George. George, this is Stuart, your new brother.
No, really.
Really, George? This is your new brother?
You look somewhat like a mouse.
Yeah, well, I am somewhat like a mouse.
I see. I have to go.
Is it just me, or did he seem a little disappointed?
He's always a little tired after school.
Perks up around dinner time.
Chi, internal energy. It moves inside of us, give us power from within. Kung Fu lives in how we treat people. Everything is Kung Fu.
Have you ever taught anybody?
No,
Would you?
depends. Life will knock us down, but we can choose to get back up.
The Karate Kid, next Friday night at 7:30.
I just need to keep the wildlife out.
Hello. Meet Peter Rabbit.
It's time to get our home back.
He's fearless.
I'm going in.
He's reckless.
Our natural rabbit's pace should be able to keep up. That would never have worked.
He's headless.
Why are you kids walking so slow?
And that is how you sneak up on someone.
Peter Rabbit.
I've got plenty of time to work out. Said no one, ever. That's why we invented the Bowflex Max Trainer, the world's first 14-minute total body workout, burning up to 2.5 times the calories of other machines. Plus, right now, save over $650 with our best deal of the new year, including free shipping.
The Max Trainer kicked my butt. I lost 15.5 pounds in 10 weeks. It is the fastest workout I've ever done.
14 minutes is all it takes, and you feel that burn. I cut my body fat in half with the Max Trainer.
The Bowflex Max Trainer combines the low-impact motion of an elliptical with the calorie-burning power of a stepper into a full-body workout that delivers results fast.
I worked half as long on the Max Trainer as other machines, and I got better results. I'm 47, and I feel like I'm in my 20s again.
The workouts were intense, but it's easier on the joints. I lost over 40% body fat. Max got me cut.
Call or go to getmax.ca and get our best deal of the new year. Right now, save over $650. You'll see how Max burns up to 2.5 times more calories than other machines, and how Max's upper body motion activates up to 80% more muscle than ellipticals.
You feel it in your arms, your butt, your core. I lost 20 pounds in 10 weeks.
The Max Trainer's console guides you through 14 minutes of intervals. Short bursts of effort, followed by longer periods of rest. You'll work smarter, not harder, and burn more calories in less time.
The speedometer challenged me every time. I really saw what my body can do and how it can look. Yeah.
With each interval, you're working really hard, and then you're cooling down. I lost 21 pounds, and I felt amazing.
Try Max for 6 weeks. If burning more calories in 14 minutes isn't for you, we'll buy it right back. Guaranteed.
I got shredded with the Max Trainer.
Thanks to Max, I'm in the best shape of my life.
Learn more about the Max Trainer. Great deals like 12-month special financing and how you can get free shipping. Go to getmax.ca and get our best deal of the new year right now. Save over $650.
When you order a Happy Meal, there's more than just fun inside. It's always made with delicious ingredients like 100% Canadian beef in every burger. And Chicken McNuggets with no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. From Downies, it's the potatoes that make our fries irresistible. Or choose apple slices. And for even more fun, every Happy Meal comes with a toy. And with every Happy Meal, you help donate to the 15 Ronald McDonald houses across Canada. Happy Meal, starting at $3.99.
The following program may not be suitable for young viewers. Parental discretion is
You want her to
advised.
bring it up or throw it out or something or what?
Meatloaf is delicious, dear.
Cajun. Shall we get to know each other a little? George, don't you have anything you want to ask Stuart?
Sure, George. Go ahead. I'm an open book. Ask me anything. The first thing that pops into your head.
Can you pass the gravy?
Your new bedroom, Stuart.
I hope you like it.
Sure is roomy. Good night, Mom. Good night, Dad.
Good night, son.
Good night, sweetie. Nice kitty. Nice kitty, pretty kitty.
Are you cozy?
Yes, thanks. I'm quite comfortable.
Because all I've got to sleep on is a rag in the corner, you little rat. You seem tense. Tense? Oh, I'm way past tense. Well, maybe I can help. What do you like? Can I scratch your ears? I could rub your tummy. How'd you like to rub it from the inside, mouse boy? Oh, sorry, I'm a little confused. I thought that's what you do with a pet. A pet? I am not your pet. I'm a cat. You're a mouse. You should be living in a hole. This is my family. Can't we share them? Read my furry pink lips. No. I can't believe this. I'm arguing with lunch. And stay away from the windows. The other cats find out about this. I'm ruined. Oh, I gotta relax. Where's my tinkle ball? George, time to get up.
Okay, Mom.
Stuart, you too. Okay, George, I'm trying to get the laundry started.
Okay.
Laundry chute, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, dear.
Stuart, the washing machine, Mom.
going.
What is it?
Well, I thought someone was at the door.
Beautiful, dear.
Honey, should we talk to George before we go?
About what?
About Stuart. He hasn't exactly embraced the situation.
Shut up! The kids are here. Do you believe this? I'm locked in a washer. Can you help me? Can you turn this thing off?
Why would I turn it off? It's my favorite show.
That's funny! That's funny! Snowbell! Snowbell! You can't leave me!
Talking about.
Oh, where you going?
Oh, I've got to stare at traffic, yawn, lick myself. And believe me, that can take hours if you do it right. Ciao.
Are you sure that Stuart is down here?
Oh, he's having the time of his life.
Someone, please help
Hi, Stuart.
Stuart! Stuart! No! No, that's like a ninja bargain! What? Want to sit down here?
Stuart.
Oh, Stuart.
Are you all right?
Here.
I'm okay, Mom.
Smile. What about drink? Can drinks here someplace? No? You can stand, can't you? And you can feel. Yeah.
Is he gonna be all right?
Pick up sticks and throw.
That detergent.
Throw. You can throw.
Amazingly, I think he's going to be fine. Also, he's very clean.
There's a drink. You drinking? You drink your bottle?
Glad you feel better, Stuart.
Yeah, me too.
It's so exciting.
Drink. This? Too fast. Too fast.
I don't want to go shopping.
Eat that one.
What is it talking about?
What are those kids doing?
I just want you to know that he were to spend
Those are robbers.
Robbers? Oh, don't like them.
I hate robbers. It's not fair.
You don't like them?
better get moving. The race is soon.
So?
Okay.
I'm not so good at the racing part.
It doesn't matter about winning. You try like heck. Have fun.
Something formal, I should think. I'm not sure of the fabric, but it should breathe. He does have a tendency to burrow, climb, and
What are you
gently
doing?
scurry
What
about.
are you doing?
Well, I'm sure we can find something to suit your particular need.
Yeah.
Here we have Barbados bed. Chef bed. Lumberjack bed. And of course, gladiator bed.
Yes. Does Ben always dress like this?
No, madam. There are many moods of Ben, and it all depends on the occasion.
Well, what if the occasion were a simple family party?
I think I have just the thing.
Please,
Here we are.
Beautiful.